Are we back now as well?
So it looks like Asher is...
According to what we've been informed of while we've been down, we have Cantlin near the castle. Swamp South is near the castle. We have visited Rimalder and the top of the grave in the least. And we have Hawksness not far from the castle as well, Sigma fan.
Yep, Red Guy knows that is way out of his pay grade, so he's going to get out of there.
And it looks like equipment is fairly available. As Brian Williams back in the grave here, possibly trying to set up a grind, but got to get to those chests, and there's all kinds of jerk birds attacking. Makes it.
No matter where you go, it's a jerk everywhere you go.
Now
Get some
with
wings, get some gold. Now he could die.
Absolutely, and that empty chest would be a magic key, because I believe Brian Williams got his key here first, as opposed to finding Rimalder like everybody else.
So, shall we talk about how a gold grind works?
You go right ahead and lay that upon us.
Okay, the game's memory can only handle 8 chests. So, 3 in the throne room, 3 and 5 anywhere else. So, we're going to take Brian Williams' stream, for example. He got 3 chests in the Garen's grave, died, he gets sent back to the throne room, that reads 3 chests already, so the number is at 6. He opened up 2 chests in the treasury, so that makes 8. Now, that's all that the game can handle. So, it will completely respawn and keep on getting that 9th chest. In this case, it's gold. So he's going to grind all of that gold and buy better equipment. I would assume he's going to get the flame sword, magic armor. I don't think we saw a silver shield, though.
Well, I don't believe we've seen the locked weapon shop yet, so possibility there. And for those wondering, the staircase underneath Tanagil is the Stones of Sunlight cave in vanilla, but it only has a single little torch. Let's see what Brian Williams is going to do on the shopping spree. Only getting 19,000, so must already know what the buys are going to be. Oh, didn't want that bamboo pole. I am surprised at Brian Williams.
That's his favorite weapon.
Shopkeeper. Oh, absolutely. Huge fan of the bamboo pole. We have a validation by Asher on the bottom right there.
That's very nice of him to do that.
One little spot, so Spark over somewhere is smiling. And, ooh, wyverns have sleep, and they breathe Dragon Lord 2 breath. That is no bueno.
El combo de wombo.
Definitely not what you want to see. So we should probably go over the rules for this week's settings again, because it didn't broadcast last time. But essentially, there's 2 ways to win this week. It's called Three's Company. You can win this the usual way, beat the Dragon Lord, or you can take that Three's Company to heart, where you rescue the princess, walk through all of Sherlock, because it's full Sherlock this time around, and go to the Dragon Lord and agree to his offer, and you win the game.
Yep, and all 3 of you live happily and merrily. However, it kind of doesn't vibe because it's 1 guy and 2 girls. And we've learned in streams past, Dragon Lord is a guy.
Well, it could be just fine, and they could open a pizza place, and they can have a sitcom on ABC. It'll be fun.
That is a reference that only 2 people in the world would get, Brycelf, and I am one of them. Who else would reference the greatness that is 2 guys, a girl, in a pizza place?
Well, I'm hoping that I got at least a few groans in the chat for that one. But regardless, it looks like it's a
Yeah, you got
dangerous
some from
overworld
Angel
here,
FM
Sigma
who's
fan.
facepalming right now.
Regardless, we do have Armored Knights and Blue Dragons seemingly spread around the overworld. The Blue Dragons are packing hurt, which is nice, but right now they're kind of tough to escape. Although that agility gain on, I think, level 7 makes them a lot more palatable to escape from. I believe it was 27.
Yeah, 26, 27, yeah.
So once they get to level 7, it's a little easier to get around this overworld with some of these nasties. But so far, nobody has really gotten a huge advantage over everybody else. They're still kind of figuring things out here in the early going.
Yep, no heal spells yet. I'm sure they'll come around to level 9.
Yeah, those heal spells are definitely going to be required, or they're going to have to keep stocking up on herbs. Catlin is nearby, not a bad place to trek into and get yourself fully set up every time. Just annoying.
And I think it's very important that they did gold grind for that magic armor, because every 4 steps you'll heal 1 HP.
Are these numbers correct next to their names? Is that really the amount of deaths the Sea Wolf has taken?
6 deaths, yeah.
Totaling them up early here for sure, everybody. No one's really getting too far away from home. There's a rogue scorpion killed by Brian Williams. Very nice.
By the way, I want to let everybody know, please follow our streamers. They do great work, taking time out of their day to compete for you guys. Seawolf1, Brian Williams 42, Rad Guy 3745, and Asher 1611. The links are in the chat, and why not give the people who are volunteering their time to help behind the scenes, give them a follow on Twitch. MathGirl718, who is our restreamer, Kamion Renokai, and Angel FM, who are our trackers. Give Bryself a follow, and also give myself a follow, as both of us are prepping for April and Smash TV. But we also do some rando as well.
I'll be right back. Something sounded like it just broke. I may have to go give a cat some trouble.
And while he does that, why not download the randomizer if you want to get in on the game? The links are in the chat. And see how everything racks up with the tournament, and join our Discord. We also have races for Dragon Warriors 2, 3, and 4 randomizer as well, so that's always fun. Now, take a look at the point totals. Rad Guy and Brian Williams, they're kind of jockeying for trying to get into that top 16. Asher is in the middle, needs a good finish to get there. It's not completely out of it for Seawolf 1. 15 points, I think, can get you 16th. So, just need a big win. And they are back in this tournament. Asher ran into some green dragon, but manages to get away. It's now a matter of, just trying to find everything. I know they have keys, and trying to get into the bottom half of the grave, they're just getting booted out by Star Wyverns.
This might be one of those situations, Sigma fan, where maybe they find a location that has a decent set of mid-range enemies to grind on, and they just settle down and try to get that heal spell so they can start really exploring.
We never did get a good look at what was inside the swamp cave. But as it stands, it looks like there's gold in Remolder. Brian Williams is going to go shopping, and maybe for some reconnaissance. No silver shield there. Maybe there was a silver shield in Breckenridge, but nobody went to the shop.
And the Seawolf also validating the seed there with the search of the one tile across the bridge.
Yep, Sparkover is indebted and is full of gratitude because of that.
And we do have Sharlock here on Ryguy's side. Looks like it might actually dead end the pathway, though. We'll have to wait and see if there's a way around it.
Doesn't look like it would be open.
It is appearing like it will indeed dead end at this pathway. But hey, Sharlock could be entered, of course, with open Sharlock in these settings this week. But it's not short Sharlock, so you just can't duck in and check 6 or 7 chests really quickly.
10 power at level 9, 2 agility, no attack. Ooh, hurt more.
And we also have a coal sighting here. What do we have at the thing? We have Erdrick's armor in coal. Great find for Asher.
The arm wire invincibility. A lot of good stuff for that. 1 step, 1 HP healed. Stop spells don't work. Hurt spells are halved. And fire breath is thirded down. It's fun times for all.
If only it did something about sleep.
Maybe in a patch. Maybe in another version.
Oh, could you imagine them making it that OP? It's already a ridiculous armor. That would just make it more OP.
Game Genie. Oh, and you can walk in swamps with impunity. I forgot about that.
But of course. We have Toronto now on the bottom left for Ryguy. Because it's the 6.
Close for sleep immunity. That's some grade A thinking, Thilo Tilo.
I love this idea from Thilo Tilo. We should make this a thing. Seconded or thirded or fourth or whoever where I am in the line. It's great. Love it.
So Asher is loaded for Bear. And that is good.
We do see that that there's no silver shield for anybody yet, so suspecting that the other nearby town does not have a silver shield. And would anyone bother to grind at this point? Because the agility is already pretty high. You probably don't need that extra defense.
I think they'd be grinding for heal.
Oh, I agree. I'm just more saying for down the line, if you're looking at the making the pathway through Sharlock. Agility being so high, you probably won't need that extra defense necessarily. Looks like we're getting a Hawksness check here from Ryguy. It is a golem. Hard punching golem.
No bueno.
Looks like there was just Ryguy saying, you know what, I'm going to take a swing at this. Did not end well.
Not even close. Even though Ash Erdrick's armor would not be able to take it, 43 HP is just way too low to be able to take it out. You could get one hit KO'd.
Looking at the count, if I have seen the geography correctly, you would have to count a little bit further west as you went south, but I think it's fairly countable from what I'm seeing here.
I would agree. And here's the thing, Asher is catching up. Asher found the armor, is attacking everything, saving that hurt more for, you know, tougher enemies like green dragons and all that good stuff.
Oh, absolutely. The longer the armor is not with anybody else, as we see a quad bridge over on Seawolf's side with a lot of spark over, you really got to give the the advantage to Asher the longer this goes on. Just need to push the advantage and keep the experience climbing.
And also an advantage to Ryguy gets heal at level 10. Along with 5 power, 1 agility, 1 hit point, and I think 3 magic points.
And it appears that Ryguy has found a alternate path to the backside of Sharlock, and to the north of Sharlock is a town. Once this wraith goes away, we'll see if Ryguy can check out what it is. And it's Garenham, Sigma fan.
Yep, there's 3 chests back there. There's a shop, could look for a silver shield there, and also there is a cave in the back of Garenham. We have not seen Mountain Cave yet. Seawolf right behind him. And Brian Williams in Breckenridge.
Breckenridge is, I believe, somewhere along the way here, going away from Sharlock. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But the chests in the warehouse, we have a torch, we have gold, and we have a cursed belt.
So that's 2 search spots. We don't know what the search spot in Hawk's Nest is. Asher's gonna take a look and see that it's a golem, but probably will get away. And it's Mountain Cave behind Garenham. That is good news for Seawolf.
Indeed. We've already seen 3 chests in the grave. I don't believe they've dove yet. So top floor has the death necklace if you need a little extra attack power, but at the cost of 25% of your total hit points. Second chest, Sigma fan, we have another torch.
Just lighting up our lives. It'd be a fight to get Erdrick's sword.
As I say, that was dangerous. That wyvern has sleep and a Dragon Lord too. We have a curse belt and a magic key. So only 1 chest left here.
Yep, so all 3 search spots are available, but since this is open Sharlock, it could also be a big vat of nuttin'.
And we do indeed have the biggest of the sticks as the last item in Mountain Cave. Big attack boost here for the Seawolf. And it totally looks like Vraelis stole my line from when Asher found Erdrick's sword. Because it'd be, I'm Asher, and this is my boomstick.
Never seen that movie.
So Ryguy now on the hunt here on the 2nd floor. Going to hopefully be able to avoid all the jerk birds here and make way down to that Erdrick sword. Because all 3 of them are on this floor, and we do know that the regular wyvern is packing sleep and Dragon Lord 2 breath.
Well, looks like you're on your own, brace off. I've been fired by Vraelis. Goodbye, everyone.
Well, apparently I'm going to be flying solo now, as we see, I believe, our first Axe Knight here on Brian Williams' side. In the dark, so presumably in a cave somewhere, taking down Brian Williams. I wonder if that's the Guardian in the Swamp Cave.
Well, we're going to get Asher to check.
Indeed, and that's going to be a good grind. So now it comes down to, do you need Erdrick's sword? Are you just going to rescue that, grind up, rescue that princess, and just head for Sharlock if you know where it is? Once you get Healmore.
And Asher knows where it is.
Oh, we've been offered a replacement for Sigma by Burgundy. No, I'm pretty sure Sigma and I have got this on lockdown. Thanks for the offer, bud.
10 power, 6 agility, 1 hit point, 1 magic point. Gonna be able to kill 1 more Axe Knight, then he's got to get out of there and replenish.
Brian Williams now back to that Axe Knight. Probably looking just to grind up some levels here. Now that they have Hurtmore, this is a great spot to get some experience and just get those stats boosted. There's now Ryguy wandering back from Garenham. as we have a couple grinds going on, and the sea wolf exploring past a big desert and a cave there. I'm not sure which cave that was, Sigma Fan.
Probably, if it's that cave, maybe Swamp North?
Level 10 coming here for Brian Williams, and he'll like that heal spell to make this grind a little easier anyway.
Yeah, but Axe Knight hits really hard, though. It's not going to do much.
It'll allow him to hang around longer without having to respawn so many times.
And bad news for Asher, Stone Man have sleep.
Stone Man, putting you to sleep as fast he can.
Punch away! Send you back to King Olay.
You know, I was on board until you just kind of mumbled through the king's name. 6 out of 10.
Does the king even have a name?
Lorik.
The king will take away half of your pay.
Much better. It rhymes. See, there you go.
I just needed a drink of water, that's why.
Understood. So finding those trade caves, normally you like to know where those are fairly early on, but of course they mean absolutely nothing. Looks like Seawolf might be trying to get either a damage race or a lucky crit takedown, unless the Seawolf has not seen the golem here yet.
Seawolf has not.
Well, Seawolf's going to be very disappointed to see that punchy man. However,
disappointed enough to get out of there.
However, looking at things, there's, what, a 33% chance that would be the flute? 25% chance? And otherwise, I think there'd be nothing. We've already seen the armor and the sword.
Yeah, so it'd be the flute or nothing.
25% being, of course, the fact that we know there's coordinates, so that's a search spot that has to be accounted for. And you've got to account for the other search spot due to the second cursed belt. And there would be 2 chests that would just be empty, I believe, because you can't collect the story items in this setting with the open Sherlock, or you can collect them, but they're irrelevant. You can never keep that straight. The Fighter's Ring is in a tablet cave. That happened off stream. That is something that is out there and known to the racers, but while we were down with some technical problems at the start. And yes, I am being informed that they would be empty search spots or empty chests. Thank you very much.
That's why we enjoy our chat. They keep us on the straight and narrow.
So now the question becomes, what strategy would you be looking to chase here as a racer, and when do you feel you can maybe try to run your way through with this higher agility with a princess in tow? Easy enough to replace her. How tough is it to get to Sherlock? You don't need to keep your magic on the way down. Really, you're just looking to get heal more at this point, and then you can make your decision.
Right, I would just grind to where you know you can get close to Dragonlord. You don't have to beat Dragonlord, just get close. You know, kind of like where your Sherlock race. So 40 MP, we're going to take a look at Asher's stats. 40 MP, not going to cut it.
Oh, that magic point total. They were empty early, and clearly the levels have not smartened up much since then. Because I think they started with 12 magic points. So that is 11 levels giving 28 total magic points. That is some rough stuff. And
Asher's going to go for it.
Something to keep in mind here. I believe Brian Williams is playing a hit point magic point build. So a small magic point advantage for Brian Williams.
That's right. He started out with fewer attack, and okay, this is interesting. It looks like top half of the swamp cave leads to near Sherlock. So this is interesting. So what Asher's hoping to do is just brute force his way and run away. He's got 92 agility in order to do it. Now, this could be tough because the Guardian in the spike tile, if it's anything that can't be hurt more, like a red dragon or a golem, then he's got to try again another day. And then there's the red dragon issues.
Something that's kind of interesting in this aspect as well is the blue dragon has hurt, so potentially a stop spell could disable the little bit of damage it might give you. Just something to keep in mind that could be done. So we have our first dive attempt as Asher is carrying the princess into basement 1. Currently not encountering any enemies. You like to see that. We have a green dragon. That's a good encounter. But unfortunately taking a poke, and now, oh, there's a red dragon with a sneak attack. Uh-oh.
Can he run? He can run, and he's got a full stack of herbs. By the way, while we're looking at that, Seawolf found coal.
So we do have our second armor on the trot now. Asher and Seawolf with Erdrick's armor. Meanwhile, Rye Guy and Brian Williams more grinding and just trying to get those stats for heal more. And just trying to find the level that'll give some better magic, better hit points, some better healing spells. Basement 2 for Asher. Into the diamond floor. So far, Sherlock, 1 red dragon, but everything else has been pretty friendly, Sigma fan.
Yep, it's that high agility you were talking about. It just helps out a lot. 92 agility at level 12. Level 13 has more agility. Got to get away from this blue dragon, and does. So, couple of floors away from freedom. But as we've mentioned, it's that spike tile. If it requires, if it's a golem or even a stone man, it needs to be hurt more in order for Asher to be able to take care of it.
Agility doesn't matter per se, but it is nice to be more in the 90s or 80s than the 50s or 60s. And if you're watching this, Asher is about to hit the bottom floor of Sherlock. And making a massive walk here, Sigma fan.
Turn 2.
Look at this.
Yep.
My goodness. Make it all the way to the sand without an attack? Yes.
Turn 3.
Uh-oh.
Armor Knight.
Runs on the first try. Woo, dang.
Here's the spike spot. Uh-oh.
Sleep, if sleep is available. You have sleep. Why are you not sleeping it? You know it has sleep. Or stop spell.
He did it! He beat the stone man.
Brute forced it. So, if he can make this last little bit, Asher is going to be taking this race. But what do we got? We got a werewolf. You know what? The dragon is waiting
our
for
door.
You.
Get your GGs out right now.
His and hers and his. Asher wins the game too. What a play by Asher. Takes the victory with the Three's Company rules in effect.
That is a big 5 points for Asher.
Absolutely. Asher came into today with, it looks like 8 points, if I'm reading that correctly.
That's right. That's going to put Asher at 13 points. That is over half of the maximum 25 you can get in the prelim.
So I've only called 2 races so far in this tournament. I called the one when Vrelis won the Chaos in 26 minutes. So there's been 2 incredible plays that have paid off beautifully for the winners of those races. Aggression paying off.
And the funny thing about this is, Seawolf has gotten up to level 11. He also has Erdrick's sword. He is doing this as well.
This is quite the show being put on here. Asher with a massive victory. Unbelievable. But remember, our remaining racers are still playing for second place and 3 valuable points. You look at the point totals in this set. We have Brian Williams, who has 10, and Ryguy has 12. So those 3 points would be very valuable to both of them going forward into the 5th and final week of league play.
Absolutely true. Ryguy, even though he's currently level 4, he can't afford a last place finish. That would mean he would have to finish in the top. He would have to at least not 2 last place finishes, and he could be out of the race.
I think he's pretty much in, has to get second and win next week to have any chance of making the knockouts. But that is a problem for another day. Right now, they're just focusing on those 3 points and wondering, what did Asher do that I didn't? And still no Healmore at 14. My goodness, that is yucky, to put it lightly, Sigma fan.
That's right. And Brian Williams finds Sherlock. That's the good news. The bad news is doesn't have Erdrick's armor and hasn't rescued the princess.
It would be a rough dive to go, but you just have to get through that first floor. If you have magic armor, it's not completely terrible, but otherwise you don't have that passive healing, and it's rough.
Yeah, 15 HP down for every walk on that barrier tile.
And not everyone's going to be able to just run through Sherlock, even with that agility. So right now we have the Seawolf and Ryguy grinding on the Axe Knights. Well, it appears that Brian Williams is maybe setting up for a dive, potentially, or at least getting restocked here before maybe heading back to grind as well. We'll have to wait and see what the plan is.
And it looks like grind is the option.
Well, no princess in hand yet regardless, so at least one battle is needed. No, now just heading through the cave, maybe going to try to find the armor. Diving in, perhaps looking for the armor in Sherlock? Or still exploring and hoping to find the armor elsewhere? I'll have to wait and see how this plays out. No, back into Swamp Cave, Sigma fan.
I don't get Brian Williams' play.
Maybe a little undecided himself and trying to come up with a plan. Now either going to grind or rescue the princess.
And while they do that, we have Asher here in the commentary booth. Asher, congratulations!
Thank you for the GG. Hopefully you can hear me.
Indeed we can.
We can hear you loud and clear, good sir.
Hooray.
That was fantastic. I gotta say, I was a little surprised you didn't sleep or stop spell the Stone Man, although I wasn't sure you were aware they had sleep, but you powered through that spike tile and had the Three's Company victory. Well done.
Thank you very much. I thought about sleeping him, but I felt like, I can take one more swing. I felt really behind as is, and if I missed the sleep, then I thought I had a better shot of just swinging at the end.
Well,
Would you like to know a dirty little secret, Asher?
Oh, go tell me.
You were well ahead.
Not necessarily well ahead. The levels were all pretty similar. You just made the play without Healmore, which was quite the play, as it appears Brian Williams is indeed lining up at level 13 with no Erdrick's armor to attempt a dive into Sherlock.
That's the dirty secret I was talking about, because nobody had Erdrick's armor. Right until you entered Sherlock, Seawolf found Cole and got his armor.
That Cole find was That coal find was a really, really long walk, but that was well worth it.
Brian Williams getting greeted at the door by a red dragon, fails to run 3 times and will be sent back to the castle, and the princess will be headed back to Swamp Cave.
But thankfully for Brian Williams, it is a short walk from Swamp Cave north to the castle, so it's not much of a loss.
But still, you have to go rescue the princess and then leave, and you're going to have to spend resources to do this. It is a detriment for sure. And you got to keep in mind as well, Asher did run into a red dragon, but made the escape. I believe after a sneak attack even by the red dragon.
Yeah, it's better to be lucky than good sometimes.
Isn't that the story of Dragon Warrior Randomizer? Anyways, better to be lucky than good?
The diplomatic way to put it is to put yourself in position to take advantage of the good fortune you receive.
Sage words as always. By the way, that 5 points brings you up to 13 points total. You now have a fighting chance to get into the round of 6.
Yeah, that's exciting considering this is my first competitive foray into Dragon Warrior Randomizer. I've always enjoyed it from afar. I'm just really happy to be in the mix at this point.
Just to add in, level 15 brings all the spells, including Heal More, so that'll help Ryguy a lot attempting a dive, but I believe Ryguy is still without the armor as well.
Yeah, Ryguy has not found Cole.
Did anyone find Erdrick's sword?
Yes,
Yep.
So if you go west of Sharlock to wrap around to the north of it, Garenham is there, and in the back of it is the mountain cave, and that is where the sword resides, in the very bottom.
Well, I'm just glad I did the gold grind that I did. I didn't miss it this week.
It's very much a point that was even brought up at the time, was the sword is nice, but do you really need it? Only if you're going to try to kill the Dragon Lord, really. And the hit points and magic points are still not there. For example, at level 15, Ryguy has 73 hit points, 64 magic points. The attack power is 131, but man, and the agility's good, but hit points, magic points, yeesh. It appears Brian Williams might actually be exploring with the princess in hand. A very interesting play.
I do like it, and Seawolf is going for it.
Well, you gotta show the princess the kingdom.
Keep in mind, Seawolf is wearing Erdrick's armor, so a little better dive opportunity here for the Seawolf. Heading down into Sharlock, but first things first, there's an AK outside of Sharlock, and it is harassing Seawolf. And actually, Brian Williams has decided to try to go in as well, and an armored knight greets Brian Williams. And again, Brian Williams goes down, as does the Seawolf. The AK is not allowing anybody in right now.
Does Seawolf think he needs to grind some more?
Right now, it's just some bad luck trying to get away from some nasty monsters, and the AK-47 is a tool, and they're making it act the fool as they get ready here to move forward. I'm not sure. Seawolf may be getting some keys, it appears, while Brian Williams heading back to the princess. And this is very similar to that chaos race that I called, where someone finished quickly, and the Dragon Lord, feeling a little embarrassed, has definitely stepped the game up.
Yeah, I remember you calling that.
So Mikey now, Ryguy, looking at the name on screen, is in basement 1, and a red dragon shows up. Getting away, though. So maybe Ryguy's found the right run luck to get going here.
Yeah, it turns out that he's running the strength agility build, same thing that Brian Williams is this go around, and that helped him out a lot.
I believe Brian Williams is running hit points, magic points.
he is. You are right. My mistake.
But regardless, Seawolf going now to get the princess back, as we see an ad in the bottom right. And Ryguy making great progress here, moving along. Actually, Ryguy is running agility magic points. Thank you, Rayless. Now into the barracks, or the U floor. We see a quick little heal as Ryguy continues the dive. Getting about the halfway point, runs into a golem. No problem getting away, though.
Yep.
Now crossing that last little floor and reaching the final basement spot as we see Healy carrying the princess, trying to get over there to get a Three's Company 3-point second place victory. And now everyone's talking about burgers. Way to go, Asher.
Well, I got pizza on the counter. I'm just waiting for... I'm just waiting to finish this race and then have some din din.
Ryguy now to the bridges, getting attacked by an Axe Knight. A double run fail. This is getting dicey now.
Yeah, but Ryguy does have heal more, so that's going to help out a lot.
Absolutely. Seawolf now attempting a dive. As we see...
3 run blocks in a row. Now he manages to get away.
Brian Williams, I believe, is now in Mountain Cave, which is unfortunately not where the armor is. As we get Ryguy to the spike tile, and there's the Stone Man. Going for sleep. Stone Man is asleep. But it wakes up. We do know it as a sleep in the chamber. Things are looking pretty good right now for Ryguy.
And there it is.
Indeed, just needs to heal up and get ready for the chance to win this thing out. And indeed,
he has.
Just needs to do the right menuing. Don't want to disagree and get into battle. And indeed, Ryguy takes second place, Sigma fan. Get your GGs out.
Way to finish us off with full play. Oh, and by the way, Seawolf is in Sherlock. Hopefully he has better luck this time.
Getting like over halfway there at this point. Runs into a golem, but I was going to say low agility should be an easy run. No such thing.
There is no such thing. All bets are up when you run into a golem or a blue dragon. That chance, well, it chance hurts, so it doesn't matter.
Brian Williams still in Mountain Cave, unfortunately not where he needs to be.
Hopefully we can get Ryguy in chat and be able to talk to him about that run.
Here's the big stick for Brian Williams, and probably not what he wanted to see, unfortunately. Seawolf continuing to move along here on the barracks, just about out. Another golem shows up. And now a sneak attacking golem. Look at this.
That golem must have taken something, must have gotten on the treadmill a lot in order to boost his agility.
Doing that cardio. Gotta like them putting in work. Seawolf now just flying through the final floor using Repel to keep most of them away, but there's an AK. But first turn run, Sigma fan. Big moment there.
Yep, that Armor Knight is what cost Seawolf second place.
And now a sneak attack from an AK. And it looks like Seawolf figures I'm far enough in, I'm just going to go and damage race this. Going for an attack. Could have been a disaster, but it worked out. Axe Knight's run blocking as well.
Yep, there was been problems with Axe Knights all game long.
Agility is just a suggestion after all.
Yep, serving suggestions. Speaking of serving suggestions, Rag Guy, congratulations on that wonderful second place finish.
Yeah, I just got here and saw what I missed on the bottom floor. That was a scary dive, and I didn't even see those little armored knights on the bottom there.
Well, that was one thing that worked out well for Asher. One early red dragon that snuck attack at the top of Sharlock, but otherwise the run lock was there, and Seawolf plows through the stone man, has reached the Dragon Lord, and we are going to see our third place finisher. Get out your GGs, Sigma fan.
GGs are out.
Whoa, wait. These guys are finishing on 13? That's before Healmore, right? Dang.
Asher finished on 12.
They must have had the armor then, right? I have no idea where the armor is, by the way, but...
Armor was in coal, by the way.
That was the big advantage that Asher had. The armor much further ahead than anyone. Right when Asher started the dive, Seawolf picked up Erdrick's armor.
Yeah, I was feeling Healmore was pretty necessary without the armor, so...
And unfortunately for Brian Williams, still no armor. Just was checking Mountain Cave as the Seawolf finished up there, hoping to find the armor, I guess. Has not found coal, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was way in the west.
So it was actually a pretty generous setup overall, you'd have to say, for a Three's Company Rag Guy. Having Swamp Cave right there, and you have to go through Swamp Cave to get to Sharlock. That's actually pretty nice for this setting if you're going to go for the joining the Dragon Lord.
I mean, yeah, it was nice. I think I got killed with the princess one time, and it's like, no big deal. I can pick her up on the way.
Because one of these settings where maybe it's so far away, you might just be better to grind and try to win the conventional way. And we see now Brian Williams is onto the diamond floor, the furthest Brian Williams has made it thus far on a dive. Brian Williams has attempted the most dives, just has had really bad luck. Was there anything in particular, Rag Guy, that you found tricky on this seed, or something that when you found it you went, oh, I wish I would have, that would have been turned up a little sooner?
I mean, I'm just getting kind of tired of running agility MP builds than having no agility or no MP. Like, this one, it seemed like we had no MP for a very long time. At least there was agility, though. That was very nice for running. But otherwise, just, like, the map was kind of annoying to explore with all that swamp, and I was really sad I didn't find the armor. I took a couple stabs, like, trying Hawk's Nest and things like that, hoping the armor was there, and I think I probably wasted too much time not finding it, but other than that, like, what are you gonna do?
Absolutely, and the other problem with trying to take a stab at Hawksness is that that search spot has a higher chance of being empty with open Sharlock.
Yeah, but I just got...
and poor Brian Williams gets chopped down by an Axe Knight.
Rough go for Brian Williams. We'll have to wait and see if he'll carry on here and make another attempt. It appears that he indeed will go rescue Gwaelin and try again, or maybe grind here at this point. Maybe not, actually. It looks like now might be stopping. Nope, on the move again.
Nope, the forfeit came out.
Well, indeed. Poor Brian Williams took a lot of bad beats along the way there and will finish fourth. Not out of the running yet for the playoffs. Week 5 is coming up next week and will be, I believe, a seeded week. So everyone will be similar to each other with their points.
Yep. And we have Seawolf here in chat. Good running, Seawolf.
Appears that maybe there's a little technical difficulty on Seawolf's side. But yeah, unfortunately for Brian Williams, unable to get that dive to work.
And we do have Seawolf right now, Brian Williams as well. That was tough, Seawolf.
And I'm intrigued. I want to see about Asher if they died at level 10 or something like that, because I started my grind for the last few levels, and Asher finished. I'm like, okay. And if they're far-flung stuff, sword was all the way down the bottom of the great or mountain cave. Armor was like across the world. It's all really far-flung stuff, so I was pretty surprised when Asher finished at 45. It must have been a really early dive and real good run luck, I suppose.
Yeah,
Got it at 12.
Asher went at level 12, had one red dragon that did a sneak attack but got away on the next turn. Otherwise, great run luck, and just brute forced the stone man. Didn't even use sleep, just went full attack, took it down, and got it done. A huge
Not
victory
bad.
for Asher.
Yeah, once I knew the swamp cave was right there, and then swamps to the north was Charlock, I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a jet seed. Once you find the stuff, it's gonna be go time. I was waiting for either a heal or heal. I didn't get healed at level like 11 or 12, and the hit points are so low the whole seed. Like I couldn't dive till 12, 13.
And Healmore came at 15.
Yeah, I never
Rye
saw
Guy
that.
did
So
15.
And you did find the armor, and that helped you out quite a lot. Ragai went in with magic armor, I think.
Oh no, we full plated it.
yeah, magic was viable with the grind there, but full plate was probably fine. There's no full plate magic armor had the same defense value, so it's not really a huge deal. You lose out on hurt defense. That's really about it.
And some minor passive healing as well, but you can't rely on it with every 4 steps for 1 hit point.
Yeah, that was the problem with full plate. I felt like I had to wait around for heal more to make the dive work.
Yeah, I was trying to find some healing. Like heal came super late, and then even then, I had heals, so I had like 42 hit points. So, well, I can't do anything with these things. If I get ambushed by anything or fire breath by anything in the castle, I'm still dead because I have 42 hit points. So you can just try and dive there free.
Yeah, it was an interesting seed in that regard where the attack power was nice and the agility was nice, but hit points and magic points just never really came around. As I was saying earlier, Rye Guy finished up at level 15 with 73 hit points and 64 magic points. That is just putrid.
Yeah, it's bad. I'm sure it was like 17 or 18. There'd probably be a big jump to like 20 somewhere. It does curve out at a certain point.
And we're joined by Brian Williams in commentary as well. I guess luck wasn't in your favor.
I mean, wow. I got ended many times, and the run luck was just horrific. So,
I'm pretty sure Asher used up most of the run luck on the dive to win at level 12.
And also finding the armor early.
Yeah, that's good exploration to get that far out and find armor. I saw such low hit points, no heal. I thought I'm gonna just keep getting ended if I go out, so I went for levels, and they were all so bad. They never really helped, so that was not the right play.
You know, even without the healing, I just got herbs, found the sword, and said I'm just gonna walk around punching to death till something kills me or I find towns. And literally, last town I found was Cole with the armor, so it's just a real out there to find it.
Well, sometimes just that big risk you take in one of these races can make all the difference in the world. And finding the armor that early was definitely a huge advantage for Asher.
Yeah, if Asher had armor in the first 20, 25 minutes, that's crazy good. Because half that map is swamp, and yeah, being able to take hits and heal up with that, it's a big deal.
Yep, can't agree more. And the thing in the tournament now, it's now dicey for you, Brian Williams. Only 1 point.
Yeah.
Needless to say, it's a must-win next week for you.
Yeah, it's gonna be a must win for all of us because I guess we're grouped by standing, so it's gonna be a lot of people with a lot to win, a lot of reason to win. So yeah, it's okay. I mean, I knew there's gonna be a rough weekend there, and hopefully this was the only one. So good job to everyone else. Sounds like it was not easy for anyone. Well, maybe a little bit for Asher with the armor going his way, but this was still a tough seed. You had to take a big risk to make that dive, no matter what state you were in.
Yeah, it was unfriendly Sherlock. But a lot of things were kind of unfriendly this seed. The big
I'm definitely
swamp
curious
and also the jerk.
what the bottom floors of Charlock had. Obviously, I didn't quite make it to see the last zone, but the first two were not friendly.
Stone Man.
The bottom did have an AK in it. I don't think
Yeah.
there was reds on the bottom floor. Though.
AK, Axe, Blue Dragon. That's all I saw really. I didn't see
Wow.
the full Cabal.
That's tough floor.
Oh,
Yeah.
and golems as well.
Oh yeah,
which
Golem
were-
was there too, but it was so
Which
slow. It
were
didn't matter
run
much.
blocking Ryguy quite a bit, if I recall.
Yeah, it had rock polish. That wonderful Pokemon move.
I was just going to say, looking at it now, just to recap real quickly, the points going into week 5 for our competitors. Our winner today, Asher, with the 5 points, moved up to 13. And in second place, Ryguy moved up to 14 points with 3 points today. The 2
I
points to
think that
Seawolf,
gets him in.
and the 2 points to Seawolf up to 7, and Brian Williams getting the single point for the 4th place finish at 11. Definitely not dead there. I believe Seawolf might be too far in the weeds, unless a lot of things maybe broke the right way. But looking at it, there's a chance for everyone here to get into the playoffs. So it's not over yet.
Either way, we'll be out there for one more race. So, well,
Good
thanks
night,
everyone.
Ryguy.
Yeah.
And we want everybody knows we were right after we're done with the interviews, we will take a little break. We do have another race coming at the bottom of the hour, and it's going to be another fantastic Three's Company race. And as you've seen with this one, it does get crazy.
And I actually believe it's only about 15 minutes away. I think it's an 11:30 start Eastern for the next race.
It's right, 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific for us West Coasters who aren't going over.
And just before we finish up here, just want to give a huge congrats, thank you to Math Girl, who, with the huge technical difficulties at the start, had to restart the computer and got everything up and running as quickly and efficiently as possible. So thank you very much for getting that on the fly for us. I know there was difficulties, Math Girl, but you got it all set up for us and all flying along as well as you could, and we greatly appreciate it. As the commentators, the restreamers, the trackers, the viewers, the racers, everybody appreciates that hard work.
Absolutely. All of the people who work behind the scenes, everybody owes a debt of gratitude to our trackers for this race, being Kamion Renokai and Angel FM, our restreamer Math Girl 716, and also you, Bryce, all for yakking with me throughout this race.
Well, I'm pretty new to this yakking thing, but I'm picking it up.
Yep, sometimes it's just good to have a good afternoon yak. Anyway, Brian Seawolf, any final words?
Nope. I'm glad this is the first race of the week. So you see a lot of races again. They're very generous with the Cave, Princess, and Charlock, basically within like stone's throw. I'll be intrigued to see a race where it's like somewhere in the far corner of the map where you have to find the princess all the way over there and bring it back all the way over here.
Yeah, it felt like a small world, except apparently Cole, far, far away. So
Yeah, Cole was stupid. You had to go. I think you had to go north, east, down, then west. You had to like do a whole like corkscrew to get out of the map's corner.
yeah. Well, looking forward to the rest of the week's races, and of course, yeah, a map we're all familiar with in week 5.
Absolutely. So we're gonna go offline for a little bit, get everything set up for that 8:30 p.m. race, 11:30 p.m. Eastern. So that's gonna do it for our restreamer Math Girl 718, our trackers Angel FM Kamion Renokai, for Brysolf, our wonderful commentator, I am Sigma Fan saying see you in 14 minutes.
And we're done.